Is building relationships digitally a real thing in 2022? We've got Generation Z with some amazing research coming to you now.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning.
How are you?
We're great. We're enjoying the view over this starry city behind us.
So we've a couple of things this morning. We've got a TikTok superstar out of the 90s kids sitting there with millions of views on particular videos. I just had a look now, 2.1 million, 400,000. Nat, Cat, Pat.
Yeah, TikTok. It's the platform for our generation and of the future. So today we're going to be talking a bit about social platforms, but TikTok is one that clearly I enjoy using, and yeah, it's good for reach. I think it's something that we're going to be seeing a lot more in real estate. What's in your videos? Look, I've got a lot of dog videos mainly. They get a lot of views. I can't say I've got much real estate content on there, but yeah, it's mainly just my dog Zeus, big Rottweiler.
Were you chasing views or just having fun?
I was just having fun. It started as a thing in Pope, like in the first lockdown, just to keep me busy during the day rather than just watching movies and sitting in my room doing nothing. At least I was doing something.
It's pretty amazing. It's pretty like over 2 million likes on your channel. So, Jess, you said something really interesting before we came on screen, and I guess this really sums up what we're talking about. Relationships with real estate agents and commerce and doing business. They were traditionally built, in hard copy media. There's been a morph to digital media, but it seems like we're not there yet. It seems like there's more discovery to be done. There's more innovation to be done. And 2022, we're seeing another turn, particularly led by the US of A, which like to innovate.
Yeah.
And we've seen that in Australia. Do you want to talk more about that?
Sure. So I was actually I was listening to a podcast, I can't remember which one it was, and they were talking about how real estate and TikTok and using TikTok as a way to advertise is not going to have immediate results, but it's building those relationships so that in 5 years or 2 years, 5 years, when the viewers that are watching you, because they are mostly a younger demographic, are old enough to buy and sell property, that relationship and rapport is already there. So I was having a look on TikTok, and there are heaps of American TikTokers that are real estate agents that post things on there to build those relationships. So lots of the videos, rather than showing properties, they're more like how to prospect, how to be a successful agent, a day in my life. And it builds a relationship where when those younger viewers get old enough, they know the real estate agents that they want to sell their property. So it's investing in the long haul.
And even on that, like I saw an article yesterday in the Elite Agent magazine, and this Australian real estate agent, whose name I can't remember at the moment, he said that a lot of the viewers that he was getting were young kids, but then they would go and tell their parents who are looking to sell, oh, you should go see this real estate agent. I've seen them on TikTok, and they know what they're talking about. So.
And it does happen. You do see kids telling grandpa or mum and dad what to do and who to use. They have pull and they have influence.
Yeah, for sure. And it's interesting too, because like for us as an agency, all of us advertise on Instagram and post on Instagram about our lives and our work. But I saw yesterday a stat that only 0.1% of Instagram users only use Instagram. They use other platforms as well. So it's important to be across everything. And with that as well, TikTok was more downloaded than Instagram in 2021. So it shows that there is a need to kind of be across everything and cover all audiences.
I find that incredible that that TikTok's taken over everyone this year. I would have never thought that's the case. Charlie, what's your favourite weapon on social?
Look, it'd have to be Instagram at the moment. I think throughout my career, though, I'm definitely excited to explore different routes in both traditional and digital media. Obviously, with digital media, we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg at the moment with everything that's going on at the moment. But yeah, look, it's something it's going to make or break careers, I'd say, in the next coming few years. And you'll see people definitely thrive, whereas others won't. Just in regards to that social media capacity.
Now, something that I feel passionate about is, and I think consumers need to understand this, is this following, or this channel one's building, is built up over a long amount of time. So it's a little bit like, and I guess if you could put it in terms of a news channel, if the news channel 19 was invented, it wouldn't quite have the backing, the support, the viewership, the traction that Channel 9 has. And the reason why is Channel 9 has trended. We've built up a relationship with our news channels. We've built up a relationship with our broadcasters. And we tend to flip to those channels because of those relationships that we have. So I think what we see, or what I see particularly in real estate, is agents will say when they're pitching for business, oh, yes, I do Facebook. We will do a sponsor for you, and we'll get a lot of buyers, but they don't have the following, they don't have the viewers nor the traction. Do you guys see that in the market?
Yeah, for sure. And I think especially with how Novak does videos in particular, like they aren't necessarily polished when they go on your Instagram initially, and it's just you having a chat. And with social media, the way you build relationships is generally one-sided. Like the viewer feels like they have a relationship with you even though you don't know who they are. So then watching that raw video of you, they then go, oh, I know you. And like we were talking with Lisa the other day, and she got approached in public by someone saying, hey, I know you. I've seen you on your Instagram. And it makes you feel like you have a relationship.
It's interesting, and it's real.
Yeah, and that's one of the things like they teach you, and like I studied marketing. The two main things is, are you trustworthy and are you consistent? Like I think consistency is a big thing that's really important with social media. Even doing these videos every morning, it would be different if we did one once a month. It loses that wow factor, and I feel like consistency is the key in a lot of social media these days, because everyone can post, but it's about being able to put out that quality content every day
and build rapport.
Yeah.
Now, for there's a lot of people in business that are watching this, and they want to do something like this. It must be. I know Luke's mentioned persistence as well, but there must be a there is a crossover. And where you think, am I crazy by doing this, and is anyone watching? There's a lot of people wanting to build a social media presence. They're a little bit shy about it. You, all three of you, are excellent on social media. Well, what would you recommend to someone that's saying to themselves, look, I don't know wasting my money and my time by doing this. I don't know if I look like an idiot. What would you say to someone that wants to get a start? Because you guys are well on your way in your careers in business and on that digital platform.
Well, I'll take it if you guys don't mind. I'd say the best advice going forward is it boils down to a numbers game, and the net that you're casting out into the World Wide Web. It's like fishing in a sense. You're throwing a net out. You're obviously going to pull, or the bigger the net, the more fish you're going to catch. And when you're posting 2, 3, 4 times a day, more like less than once or twice a week, obviously you're going to start to see the results a bit quicker. You're going to start being recognized, it does work. For anyone hesitant, for anyone thinking that they're wasting their time, money, look at Lisa Novak, the $0 marketing program. Everything that she's done on social media, it's merely making or breaking careers.
like Luke just said too, put yourself out there. I know. So with uni, we had to do this assignment. Everyone thought it was really lame, but it was on LinkedIn, and you had to build a LinkedIn profile and then post. I continued to do it after the assignment was over, and everyone would make fun of me for these corny posts I was doing on LinkedIn, and I ended up getting job offers from it. So you just got to give it a crack. If you look like an idiot, you look like an idiot, but so the right person's going to see it and think good of it, and you'll end up being successful from it.
And I've written too many essays on media culture and identity politics on social media accounts, but too many that I know that social media is a big presentation of your identity and like your business as well. And one big thing about it, I think, is a big selling factor. Traditional media is getting more and more expensive. At least with social media, you have that flexibility to take risks. Like, it's not going to cost you a lot. A lot of the time it's free. So it's somewhere where you can actually just try new things out and experiment without the, obviously, the downfalls of costs.
Guys, Jess mentioned something I think really, really important. And we are this morning, if we just tuned in, we're talking about building relationships digitally. This is a really awkward thing to say, but Jess, with LinkedIn, you were building bad relationships because you had people that were close to your heart giving you a knock on the chin about what you were doing on LinkedIn. So it was part of your project you mentioned. As part of your project, you're putting on some great content onto LinkedIn. And then you had, people around you that you loved and respected having a bit of a, like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And you actually get job offers from it. So it was a tremendous success, but at the same bloody time, you had people knocking you. That must be a really hard thing. I know it is. For certain people of certain characters, like I'm a bit of a knockabout guy where you sort of, it's pretty hard to, like Will Smith the other day, but that people have a chip. But did you guys notice that when you started doing more social media and anything that you've done, and it's a pretty big question, but can I go through that, because I think that's powerful. If people can break through that, understand that you're going through that as well, that's big. What did it look like to you guys, that's building bad relationships?
I've had it on every platform that I've posted on for work purposes. My personal account, everyone leaves alone. But when I've posted videos of because on my personal account, I don't walk around filming videos and talking. When I started doing that, people would be just kind of poke fun. But I think, I can see the end goal. I know it's worth putting it in. So I don't care if people make fun of me. It's fine. It is what it is. They'll be laughing when I'm very successful from it. That's the mentality.
And I know with myself, I've done social media management for an Instagram page before for a podcast, and there's always going to be people who don't agree with certain designs you use. From a media design perspective, there's always going to be people saying, "Oh, what? This doesn't look good." There's always going to be that negativity, but it's about not looking at the negative comments, looking at the reach, the likes, the shares you're getting, and the actual it's helping, it's doing the purpose that you want it to. I think that's the big thing you need to look at.
Helping people. Yes.
There's always going to be negativity, so always let's focus on positive stuff that's going to be helpful for your business.
So no matter how goddamn good you are still going to get that.
Always. You look at anyone in the space today, and they'll have hate comments underneath them. They'll have dislikes. They'll have everything. But it's about separating your emotion from what you're posting, and keeping an eye on that main goal, that long-term goal.
I think it's not even just social media. It's life as well. No matter what you choose to do, people will have a judgment about whatever decision you make. Doesn't matter. If you want to do it, do it.
And it's going to hurt, and it's going to feel good. There's going to be both those types of judgments, but it's pretty easy to deal with the judgments when people are going, "Mate, that was awesome." It's pretty hard to deal with those judgments when people are having a joke about you.
Yeah, I always think it's character building, though.
Yeah, it's opportunity to grow.
You get knocked down if you're passionate about what you do. You won't let anyone stop you do it, and you can keep steaming forward.
Absolutely. Now, before we go, can we just say good day to some special people? Luke Roney says, good morning, Luke. It's the video, Novak Never Sleeps. I think that's sitting on 2.1 million TikTok views at the moment, where we have a kid on TikTok at midnight calling our office and our office answering the phone. It's hilarious. Lisa Novak, good morning to you, Lisa. I haven't seen you a long time. Yesterday, I attended a conference of 500 women. So many amazing women who commented on our socials. Many are in awe that we have the courage to do what we do. I absolutely concur. You three guys on the screen, 18, 21, 22, your ages are to be put out there and to sit on a screen in a real estate world that you've only just stepped into, enormous amount of courage, and this is like standing on stage. It's a bloody hard thing to do. We've got some more comments before we go. It's about phone calls. You get 135. You get 135 10 years time. You know, I want to explain that one. More haters, better impact, and that's it, guys.
Awesome.
Anything else you want to add before we go?
I'm joking.
I just keep thinking about that the We Never Sleep TikTok that went
So
viral.
good.
I know we did a morning minutes on it when it actually happened, but I remember going out with my friends and be like, oh, did you see that We Never Sleep video? Yeah, I work there. And they're like, oh my God, like it just really shows the power and the reach of social media and like what that can have, the effect it can have for your brand, because that did a lot for the We Never Sleep brand when that happened.
You know, how is that building relationships? I just don't know, but it is. Do you know, like it's, 2.1 million is just, it's building, but it's positive. It's, who would have, I could never have dreamt of making a skit to do that. And it still wouldn't have worked. But it's incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I guess time to clock off.
Thank you. And hopefully help people out there talking openly about digital relationships. It's definitely a thing. Generation Z confirms it's a thing. Every other generation confirms it's a thing. And it is not going away. So embrace it.
Easy. Well,
Not
thank
away.
you.
Speak very soon.
See ya. Take care.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Sam step.